A few years ago, I had a conversation with a friend about the personality of money. And I was telling him that money tends to have a specific personality when you acquire it. And it is very important as young men when we are pursuing our things and we want to have all these accolades to be careful of the things that we want, that those things will change or push the trajectory of our lives in the direction we don't expect. And the example that I was making to him was of this nightlife thing of saying, dog, there is a high chance you will become the guy that you don't want to be without you realizing. And he's like, what do you mean? Can you see the guys that you despise right now when you don't have money and you don't find the space and time to self-develop in a way that you validate yourself for specifically not getting female attention right now when you're broke? You will become those guys without you anticipating. And he refuted the whole thing. We ended up having a strong argument. It's like, yeah, me, I know where I'm taking my life, dog. There is no way I'll become those guys. Guess what? 2024, he became exactly the guy that he did not want to become. He was so convicted, like his convictions were so strong to the fact that he was refusing the fact that it is possible for him to become the guys that are spending money on bottles, and they have bottles on the table and there's women around them. Today he became the person that he was refusing, because I specifically told him, like, dog, we can only talk about your life story when you have acquired money and you have worked on yourself enough to understand that in your current state, when you don't have a lot of resources, there's a lot of things that you'll say about your life and say, yo, when I get to this place, I will not do this. These are the things that I'll have. But when you get that money, you will do the opposite. Now, today he finds himself in that situation where he's the one that is splurging and there's a lot of women around him. And I told him, a lot of men have problems of not validating that boy that was rejected when he was young and he was not getting female attention. And when they get money, 9 times out of 10, they become those guys. You seek the validation, you seek the attention from women. It boosts your ego when these girls are validating you for having a certain amount of money. And this is what creates a lot of problems in the black community, or especially with men all over the world. And I'm not saying that people should not enjoy and spend their money, but do not have specific convictions when you don't have money, and forget your tongue that you yourself said you will not become that person. And today you are that person. So a lot of guys have that problem. When we are broke, we have these ideas, we have all these things, but we don't prepare ourselves of the who, the what, the when, and why we are going to acquire the things that we want in our lives. Because who you are in the process of you getting money internally, because you can tell us a story of who you are, but internally you know yourself. You know the things that you like, you know the things that you desire. And when you get money, that's the person that you're going to become. And the what type of person are you going to become when you have money? And where is this money going to take your life? What type of environment are you going to expose yourself into? And the why is important. The reasoning for you acquiring the money outside of yourself. It's important that you must understand that, yes, you want a nice car, you want the lifestyle, but why are you doing all these things? Because it's easy to get lost in all of the noise, the distractions that come with money. Because a lot of guys, the minute they achieve a certain financial pinnacle, they think they've made it. They think just because I've got a nice car and I'm able to spend money here and here, they think they've reached their peak. Their hunger stops because now the female attention comes with all these things of having a specific tax bracket. And it is very vital for men to understand that in the purpose of your life, you need to involve God in everything else, because You will get lost in yourself, and your ego is going to whisper things in your head that will derail your life. Because there is no time and place where you could be surrounded by all these women and you think you're in the right direction. So the personality of money is important for men to understand that you can change when you have money, and you can change in a way that your life gets derailed. So it's important for all of us to have a relationship with God and understand that in all the things that we want, the highest perspective in who you want to become needs to come from God. You need to ask God for guidance as you are achieving the things and the milestones that you've been chasing after for the majority of your life. So guys need to have an important relationship with themselves and with God. And that in that sense, you don't get lost in the noise.